Previously on Aladdin and the Genie. Aladdin and Genie had cleverly defeated Siam, the leader of the Old Dark Alliance, and Aladdin's old friend. Aladdin figured out the secret of Siam's magical dagger, that its power was nullified by water, and overcame him. Agrabah had survived the threats of Jafar, Qasim, and Siam, and the kingdom was focused on peace and the upcoming wedding of Aladdin and Jasmine.
Agrabah was buzzing with the final preparations for the wedding festivities. Colorful fabrics, fragrant spices, and joyful music filled every corner of the city. Aladdin was no longer just a street rat. He was a leader respected by his people, standing beside the woman he loved. However, peace was always like a shadow concealing a drawn sword. In the throne room, Aladdin, Jasmine, and the Genie were discussing the final protocol details. The Genie was engaged in a heated debate about whether the wedding cake should be 3 tiers or 6. But this joyful atmosphere was abruptly cut short by the terrifying scream of the guard in the palace watchtower. "A sandstorm is coming!" "No, it's not a storm, it's an army!" Aladdin raced to the balcony. On the horizon, a massive cloud of brown dust was rising. This was not the work of the wind, but the footprints of thousands of horses and warriors. When the sandstorm dissipated, a terrifying sight was revealed. The Sand Scorpions tribe, known as the most ruthless desert warriors, were advancing toward Agrabah, led by their powerful and cruel chieftain, Zahak. Zahak had heard that Agrabah's magic, the lamps and rings, was weakened due to the recent conflicts, and saw this as the perfect time to seize the kingdom's wealth. "General Hakam!" Aladdin thundered, his voice now carrying the authority of a ruler. "Immediately seal the city gates! Take up defensive positions!" Jasmine acted without a moment's hesitation. "Aladdin, we must do everything to protect the people. I will organize the citizens and strengthen the internal defense." The Genie had lost all his joy. "I am no longer a powerful vizier, but I know this army's strategy. Zahak is a cunning fox. He will attack at the weakest point." The battle begins. Wit and agility. Zahak's army reached the palace walls. Their leader, Zahak, stood atop a massive camel, his voice like rolling thunder. "People of Agrabah, your new sultan is a thief. Your kingdom's wealth belongs to us. Surrender or be annihilated!" General Hakam, the palace's seasoned commander, was desperately resisting with his limited guard forces. Zahak's warriors began battering the gates with enormous battering rams. Soon the outer city gates began to creak, unable to hold much longer. Aladdin and General Hakam managed the defense from the towers. "We cannot win a direct fight," Aladdin whispered. "They vastly outnumber us, and the walls are crumbling. Our only chance is to strike Zahak's command center from the inside." The Genie looked at Aladdin with shining eyes. "Back to old tricks, master. Zahak's tent is in the center of his army, the most heavily guarded spot." Aladdin placed his hand on the soft fabric of the magic carpet. "Our people need you. We must fly low and fast." The magic carpet nodded understandingly and took Aladdin, soaring over the palace walls and plunging straight into the heart of Zahak's army. This was less an air raid and more a suicide mission. Aladdin narrowly dodged arrows and sword strikes as he flew through the chaos of the Sand Scorpion's army. His target was the massive, extravagant Zahak's command tent, located right in the center of the army. The tent's exterior was guarded by Zahak's most powerful warriors. Aladdin signaled the carpet to land behind the tent. He silently cut the tent's fabric and slipped inside. Inside, Zahak was reviewing the plans for Agrabah's takeover on a large table, proudly surveying the surrounding maps and spoils. Like a shadow, Aladdin drew his dagger and lunged toward Zahak. Just as he was about to strike, Zahak's snake-quick bodyguard leapt from behind. A short, fierce struggle began between Aladdin and the guard. Aladdin incapacitated the guard, but the noise was enough to alert Zahak. Zahak drew his colossal scimitar and turned menacingly towards Aladdin. His face bore an expression of disdain for this small street rat. "So you are Agrabah's new sultan. You are agile but not strong enough. You have no magic left to stop me." Aladdin quickly leapt back onto the carpet. "I'll prove that magic isn't what's needed," he declared. But just then, Zahak made a lightning-fast move like a desert scorpion and slashed one corner of the magic carpet. The carpet writhed in pain, and Aladdin tumbled to the ground, finding himself trapped. The army outside had heard the commotion in the tent and were beginning to surround it.